Okay, all right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be swatching this 10-piece collection from Essie's, part of their brand that's called Expressie. They are in a longer rectangle but skinnier bottle, and they claim to have a quicker drying time. This is the Dial It Up collection, which was the first collection from this brand that really made me be like, or from, well, you guys know I love Essie. First collection from Expressie that really made me want to do a full swatch and review of a collection. This collection is kind of Y2K inspired with all the names and everything. And there's a lot of cute colors here. We do have a variety of formula. We have these like sheer jellies, and then we have the creams, and then there's like these creams with silver shimmer. So we're going to swatch all 10 shades today. We're going to do it live on my nails. And we're in my new space right now, which I am just getting used to still. So bear with me if there's anything different. It's because things are changing. We just moved locations again. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for being here. Okay, so let's get right into it. We do have 10 shades to swatch. So let me put up the first 4. So I purchased this collection from Ulta's website. But if you want to know more about the collection, you can go to Essie's website, essie.com. And let's put these right there. There we go. So I'm going to swatch these first 4. Whoops, we're going to start out with that top dark purple shade. So I haven't tested the fast drying nature of these polishes yet. Hi Sarah, Pamela's here, Marlene, hi. And so we'll do that today as well. While we're waiting for the coats to dry, we will test out how quick drying they actually are. So I'm starting with the purple, which has a metallic kind of sheen shimmer. And this one's called Dial It Up. There's actually 2 purples. One is a sheer jelly, and this one is quite full coverage. And there's a couple of them that have this metallic finish. I think it's supposed to look like kind of techy. So as you can see, this one's basically a 1 coater. So we have an interesting mix of formulas here. Is it 3? The 2 that, no, there's 3 that have this kind of shimmery metallic shimmer in it are much more opaque. Then the creams are kind of like middle of the road, and then the jellies are really sheer. So that was Dial It Up. Next we have one of the creams, and this is just a slightly tealy toned gray called In the Modem. Hey Aunt Rowdy. Hi. So I definitely felt a certain way about these polishes as I was swatching them. I think that my excitement level for them went down over my experience of swatching them, because the creams just don't have the nice tooth that the regular Essie creams do, and they're a little runnier, they're a little bit less opaque, and I found myself having to be a lot more careful while swatching to not make a big old mess of them. And I swatch like all day long every day. So I'm really used to, you know, getting the polish to go exactly where I want it to go. So this makes me think that for someone who's just a, you know, recreational nail polisher, these polishes might be a little bit more frustrating than Essie's regular line, which most of the time I feel like their polishes like practically apply themselves. They're super easy. So this is an example of the 3rd kind of formula we have in this collection, which is this squishy jelly formula. This one's called Mall Crawler. And let's test the quick dry nature of this purple. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think we gave it like a minute or 2. And I got a little bit of, sorry, my nails are covered in stuff all the time from painting and mixing and moving. And so that's good. I'm glad that it's not, let's test this one. It's been sitting there less long. So I'm just giving kind of like light pressure on there. I can feel the tackiness to my hand, but I can happily say that at least the claim for these polishes that they're going to be quicker drying for you is in fact the case. This finger with a random polish on it's going to bother me, so I'm going to take that off. So that's good. I didn't per se love my swatching experience with them like I do regular Essies, but I am happy to show you that they are quicker drying. Let's try this one now. Okay, that one's definitely still tacky. That one, super, super tacky. So the space of time, I think, is like 30 seconds between each of these. So the one that had a full 2 minutes to dry, much better. Minute and a half, pretty good. This one was a minute and no bueno. Okay, this beige is next, and this one is a lovely beige. It's actually a little bit warmer than it's picking up there on camera. And it's called Millennium Momentum. Have you guys tried anything from this brand yet? Sarah, Michelle, Bianca, thanks for coming. This one is probably quite similar to many beiges that you have in your collection. This is like the perfect trench coat color. I love this kind of color. As a person who collects a lot of nail polish and I have built up my collection over a long period of time, I have plenty of shades, like most everything in this collection, certainly something like this. And I would only probably invest in the price point of these if, like, I am glad to say that they do dry faster, so that definitely does point me towards this would be great for somebody who doesn't have a lot of time. If you already have shades like this from Essie, though, I don't know that you're necessarily going to feel that they dry so much faster to make you want to invest in another beige taupe. These are also only 10 milliliter bottles. I wish I had a different Essie in here, but they are $9 on Ulta's website. Hi, Iga. Hi, Vicky. Let's take a look at how much the regular Essies are. Whoops. So I usually buy my Essie polish from places like Head to Toe Beauty and Polish Pick. So I don't pay Ulta prices for Essies. Okay, so regular Essie bottles are $9 as well. I only pay like $4.25 or something for them if you buy them online, and they are 0.46, so just under. They're probably like a 12 or 13 milliliter bottle. So you're paying the same price as a regular Essie for less product. So unless you find something that is like really interesting in color, I would say for me personally, these ones weren't like, oh, you really have to go get these. Let's swatch these some more. I wish that I need like a little tile that shows what the names of the polishes are as I'm swatching them, that I can just pop up on the screen, you know. I need to work on that because I want to do that for quick reference. So that was Dial It Up. This one is In the Modem, which I kind of love. And if you're looking for a green leaning gray, this one's really pretty. But okay, so like here's another. It's a small issue I take point with, but all of the brushes are shaped like that. They all fan out only to the side, and they deposit a lot of product. So it makes it so I'm kind of like chasing the polish so it doesn't roll off my nail. That's kind of what I was speaking about earlier. So let me show you again. Same thing. It's like straight on one side and fanned on the other. I don't know why it does that. And these shears I would only shop for these shears if you like shears are just like totally your jam. Like, I don't know that I would pay $9 for a sheer polish. It's literally the least expensive thing you can possibly make is a sheer jelly. Because not only, creams are very inexpensive relatively, especially for a big brand who can make them in a huge profit margin. A jelly, like it's literally just bathed with a tiny bit of drop of pigment. Okay, Gloria, the angled brush is supposed to make it easier for you to reach around and paint quickly on the go, and you're supposed to flip it. Okay, I mean, I can see why that's kind of a gimmicky marketing thing, I think, because if you don't read that ahead of time, you don't know why it's like that. So now that I know, thank you for sharing that with me. I mean, I could try to remember to use that to my advantage, but I don't know that, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, the Essie brush is so great. It's so much better. No, not for me. Just not for me personally. Of course, you guys just remember all of my opinions on here. They're just my opinions. So these sheer ones, if you don't have very yellowed nails like me, you're going to appreciate these sheer polishes more. Specifically, the two shears that are pink leaning, I really didn't like them on me because my nails are so yellowed. So they just look like pretty pink up by my cuticles, and then they are like orange in the middle of my nail. So yeah, out of that first batch, I think I like the greenish gray the best. That one was called In the Modem. I think that one was my fave. So if you were here for the part where I was testing how quickly they dried, I would say they are mostly dry by 1.5 minutes, and they felt fully dry by 2.5 minutes. And so that's one good thing, definitely. But just for me personally, again, this is just my opinion, I wouldn't pay extra for less product in order for the dry time. That's just me. Oh, thanks, Lisa. You've not tried this line yet. How fast do they really dry? So Bird Loves Paint, I tested it at the very beginning of the video. We can test it on these next 4 too. So basically what I did was I got all 4 nails painted, and then we tested each finger across. So this one was dried longer than this one, then this one, then this one. So we'll do that again right now. So they have this pretty yellow in here. It's kind of like a slightly mustardy yellow. And this one's called Shook, but the 2 O's are zeros, which is cute. And so yeah, I was interested and intrigued by this line. I have been for a while. And let's try to use the brush the way that it's designed. Here's the thing. It deposits so much product that I don't find myself really needing that, nor do I remember to flip it over and switch, because I wipe off the polish on the one side so the other side has most of the product. I don't know. I just think for me that was a little bit gimmicky. I don't find it to be that helpful. But I am going to try to remember to use it that way, since that's the way that they have designed it. Okay, next up we have Skip the Track. And this one is another sheer one. And out of the sheer ones, this was my favorite sheer, because it's kind of purpley. I mean, it's definitely purpley. This one was the most opaque out of the whole bunch. And unless you go, I think all of the sheers look best at 3 coats. Unless you want it really, really sheer and just a kiss of color, right? Just go for 1, and then it'll be really fast drying. I liked all the sheer ones at 3 coats, and it really ends up building a lot of product on your nail at 3 coats, which is kind of going to defeat the point of the quick dry time. So if you really like the sheer look, I would just say less coatage is better, because it was kind of gloopy gloppy when I went to do the 3 coats on. Oh, let me switch the picture. On all of these sheer ones, I was like, ooh, do I want to do a 3rd coat? It's literally going to look like it's spilling off my nail. But the colors are really fun. The colors are honestly what drew me to swatching this collection. All right. And the theme. The Y2K theme is cute. Okay, so we're going to ride the brush on that side. Then we're going to ride the brush on this side. I don't know. I think for me, like, that's just another thing to remember to do, honestly. I know I've kind of touched on it for a little bit now, but I think after trying it with, 7 bottles that way, I don't think I find it especially helpful. Okay, coolest polish out of the collection is this interesting chartreusey green with the metallic shimmer. And this one's called We Don't Mesh. And these ones that are more opaque, they make a lot more sense for a quick drying polish, because if you're going to do 2 coats, then you're kind of like shooting your dry time in the foot anyway, because you have to wait for the first coat to dry. So that's just what I think about it. And I don't make quick dry polishes. Like, you have quick dry top coats, but those are only one coat, right? So you'd think with a quick dry top coat, or quick dry regular polish, you'd want a more opaque formula for less coats. So it's going to give your customer a better time testing the dryability. Okay, so let's let that sit there for just a second. This has been about 2 minutes, so let's test this one. Okay, so pretty darn good. That yellow one is pretty good and dry at 2 coats. So I would say this one got fully dry at the 2 to 2.5, or sorry, this was 1 coat. 2 to 2.5 minutes, fully dry. So let's try, this one's been about 1.5 minutes. I'm gonna give that one a go ahead too. That one got nice and dry. If you're just doing 1 coat of the shears, I think kind of good to go. Nice. Okay, we got down to 1 minute. 1 minute dry. That's great. That's super, super great. Okay, I'm a little nervous to try this one. This one's only been 30 seconds. Yeah, not good at 30 seconds. But give it a full minute and you're good to go on these. So that gets a definite thumbs up. And like I said, this greenish one was my fave. This is called We Don't Mesh. Okay, so let's go back in for a second coat of each of these. You love this yellow? I love all yellows. I try really hard to resist buying all the yellows at Polish Pickup because I love all the yellows. But I thought that the color palette for this collection was fantastic. We've got like some cool icy colors with the silver going through a lot of the colors, and a lot of nice bright vivid things, but like icy. It's really fun. Okay, so this one was my favorite sheer, and it is a cloudy lavender gray. Oh, you guys know how I love anything that is combined with gray. And I was so happy because, see, like I said earlier, I didn't test out the quick dryingness of these when I was swatching. I was just, you know, in my swatching groove, so I didn't stop to test the time. And so my opinion of these are kind of a pass was definitely formulated before I noticed how quick they dry. So you could definitely take that into account whether you want to pick any of these up. If you need something to be, you know, dry in a minute before you're out the door, definitely snag a couple of these that are done at 1 coat, and you'll be, I think, really happy with what you've got going on. Maybe base coat your nails the night before, and then you can just pop a color on right before you leave the house. Good to go. So this one, yeah, I don't know. I didn't like the photos. I like how it looks in person right now, okay, the sheerness, but I really didn't like the photos. So that berry one is called Turn Up the Century, and it just shows too much of my yellowing, and that's just for me personally. My nails are too yellow. You like the brighter colors. How do you feel that the line compares to Sally Hansen Insta-Dry? I don't know. I mean, we can test that out in just a second, because I picked up all of those Sally Hansen Mentos polishes, and I'll bring them right over here and show you. So all of my nail polish stuff is all in the same room now. So to answer an earlier question, how goes the move? We're not completely moved in yet, so I don't have everything in this room. Look how cute these 4 are, though. So cute together. But I should be able to just like grab something really quick when we're referencing it in a video, unless it's, you know, in a Helmer and I'm looking for one specific polish. So let me make this bigger so you can take a look at those, and let me take off the first 2 polishes. We have 2 left to go. And like I said earlier, I got these from Ulta.com. They were $9 a piece because none of the discount e-tailers that I shop at has the Expressie polishes. So you are having to fork out full price for these if you want them. But if one especially tickles your fancy, I say give it a go. And see if you like the new brush, if you like the quicker dry formula. Let's see how this 2 coats. Let's see. Ow! No! I only pushed as hard as when I did the other ones. Oh crap. Yeah, so I would definitely go with the theory of get one that you can do a one coater on. If your primary purpose for buying these is their quick dry nature, Luna, get one that dries in one coat, because that was bad. I knew that was going to be bad because when you do a second coat, it always makes the dry time way longer. Okay. The last two that we're going to look at are here, and I think they really round out the collection nicely because you've got this steely kind of charcoal shade, which we're going to do first, and then that beautiful turquoise. So this one's called What the Tech? What the Tech? Oh, I always like a sense of humor in my polish names. Always, always like it. You guys heard any fun polish news that I haven't heard because I've been too busy moving? Okay, so this one is a great example of one that I'm having to brush off way more polish. Like I'm pulling it off of the nail and then wiping it off. So if you want your polish to dry quick, put less product on and only one coat. This one's a good example of one that would work for you if you're in a hurry. Because this is going to dry in 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes, and then you're going to be good to go. However, of course, the caveat is if you want to put on top coat, you know, that's going to adjust your dry time. And these do dry like kind of, they don't dry super glossy, that's for sure. Blue looks like in the cabana. So it's looking like warmer there. But for me, it looks more like the image. So this is up, up, and away message. Up, up, and away message. This is the same color as my hair. Look. Okay. Up, up, and away message is, again, a grade turquoise. And this one would also work if you were in a hurry. Get as little product as you can. I forgot to switch the brush. Whoopsie. I got a little bit of cotton on there. I'm going to try to wipe that off. If you were like only using this line, I could see you being able to switch your way of thinking and do the brush switchy thing halfway through the middle. But like every other brush, you don't do that. And I totally forgot to even try to do that just now. Let's test it. Let's test it. Ooh, the ones with the silver in it are the best dryers. So that would be this cool chartreusey one, the this silvery gray one. Oh, and these look great together too. Look at this. They look great. These are the best dryers if you want a fast dry. And then the creams are pretty good too. And the jellies if you leave them at one coat. That's all at one coat. Okay, while those are drying, let me grab the let's talk about the Sally Hansen Insta Dry. So, who asked that question? Was it Marlene? Or was it Lisa? So look at how cute this is. I could not resist. Sally Hansen, you know how they keep doing collabs with all of these candy companies? Their latest collab is with Mentos, and I just died over this one. And so then when the collection was, the display was brand new, so I was like, they're all there. I guess I could just review it. This shade I feel like is literally a reincarnation from one of their other collabs that they just recently did. I think there's like 8 in the collection. I'm just showing you 4 of them. But shall we test how quick they dry? Let's test this yellow, just because I like yellow. And also Sally Hansen's greens. Always, I mean, you should probably always wear a top coat with yellow toned greens. Actually, any greens. Any greens, any blues, any yellows, or I said top coat, but base coat. Maybe just always wear a base coat, always. Okay, so I know I was just griping on the Essie brush, but the Sally Hansen brush is by far less appealing to me than that Essie brush just now, the Expressie brush, because I really don't like that it's flat, and the neck is so small that I can barely fit the brush in. Because the brush, it's so wide, it barely fits in here. Like just now I was trying to take it out and anyway, whatever. Since we were talking about brushes, so let's let that sit for a minute to be fair to to the experiment. We're experimenting. This is our school for the day. Let's do a second coat of What the Tech. That was the gray one. What the Tech? While we wait for that, the Mentos Sally Hansen to dry. Okay, so personal preference, I usually, I do find that the Sally Hansen Insta-Dries are really cute, and I generally like their formula. I think I generally like their formula more than I liked the formula of these Expressies. And they're cheaper. The price point is a difference by almost half. Half as expensive, the Sally Hansen Insta-Dries, and they had a sale at Walgreens, which is where I got them, where it was buy 2 get 1 free. So since I was buying all 8, I picked up 1 extra one, and so then it made them even cheaper, right? So price point, I definitely take price point into account with mainstream brands, because I know that they can make these creams for about like probably $1 with how big of batches that they do, and like basically, if you're buying something at a huger quantity, you can get a way better deal. So for me, I take that into account. Like, oh, Essie wants to charge us $9 for 10 milliliters of a cream polish. Like, I'm just kind of like, but that's just me. Okay, let's try it. By the way, I really like this yellow. This is called You're the Zest. How cute! You're the Zest. It's a very, very pale. Okay, so the Essies, the Expressies dried a little bit faster than these Insta-Dries, just a little bit. This has finger tracks in it, and it would definitely bum me out that I was having finger tracks in my nails for the whole day on one coat. So as far as dry time, the Expressies were better than the Insta-Dries. So maybe price point makes for better drying time. Okay, so that's the end of this video. Let me pop the whole collection back up again so you can remind yourself about which ones were your favorites. Thanks for the question about the Sally Hansen Insta-Dries. I am so backlogged on all the collections I want to share with you. So I don't know when we're going to look at those Mentos polishes. But just in case it's a little while away, I'm going to swatch this, the actual Mento looking one. Oh yeah, Marlene. I mean, they might have been put out really early. It definitely looks Eastery, so they might be really early at whatever location I found it at, so don't get disheartened if you can't find it. I'm just super interested to look up the Fresh Maker, or to swatch it. So it's a super ghosty Crelly, which I love ghosty Crellys. And I'm not getting a lot of glitters out, but I think that's because they're big, and I probably need to put the bottle upside down. You can see the glitters on the thing, but I didn't get a single one. There. Whoopsie. Okay, so I might have to fish for these just a little bit, but I love that it's like a frosting ghosty Crelly. I'm messing up the nail a little bit because I went right back in when it was in the middle of drying because I wanted more glitters on there. Anyway, I'm excited to swatch that. I don't know when we'll get to it. Tomorrow we're going to look at the Clarissa Carroll. My coloration just got very purple all of a sudden. I don't know what's happening. Tomorrow we're going to swatch the Clarissa Carroll St. Patrick's Day Trio of Greens. And then the next day is Swatchfests. So next week, I have a new glam collection to share with you. I have a new Polish for Days collection to share with you. That is super, super cute. Candy themed. And, oh, we have lots more. We still have more Essie collections to get through. The China Glaze spring collection should probably be in my mailbox today. So, lots of fun things to look forward to on my channel. Sound in, always sound in down below about what you think about these things. And if you hear any good polish news, let me know too so I can go hunting for them and swatch them for you. You did find a few of the Simple Colors Essentials at Target last Saturday. Yay, Marlene! Okay, so if anybody finds the green sheer matte Simple Colors, I am on the hunt for that. After that, I have all of them and I can do my review. I do have all the essentials, so I can review those. But I'm still on the hunt for the 8th and final sheer matte. I don't know what's happening to my camera right now. It's like, you are purple. I'm violet from, you're turning violet, Violet. You blue, Violet, you blue. I know. Hey, Aunt Rowdy, I'm so excited to swatch it for you too. Okay, guys, so I will see you back. Oh, Lisa, you use the Sally Hansen Instadrive for stamping? That's good to know because your stamping is always on point. Have you seen the Color Club Paris Garden? Bird Love Paint. We're going to look at this right now. I keep my nose to the ground about new Color Club. Ooh, I see it. Okay, so here's the funny thing that Head to Toe Beauty does, which is where I purchase Color Club. If you go to headtotoebeauty.com, the collection that she's talking about is right there on the top, and it looks awesome. Let's see if these are shears. Doesn't say that they're shears. So Color Club always launches 3 collections at a time. And whenever I see them come up on Head to Toe Beauty, I purchase it instantly. This is what I'm talking about. Tell me when you hear about new collections and I'll go snag it and review it. But then I will have purchased it and the next day they're going to drop a new collection. And then I'm going to go purchase that one separately. And then the next day they're going to drop another collection. It's just how it goes. I finally got caught up with Color Club and now they're releasing new collections. Anyway, thanks you guys. Head over to headtotoebeauty.com and look at this because, or you could probably find them on Color Club's website. They're beautiful, beautiful. Okay, friends. I'll see you back tomorrow. Maybe it's my shirt. Yeah, Candace. Hi, Candace. It wasn't like this for the whole video. It turned this like, what are we in? We're 20 minutes in. We're 30 minutes in. Okay, I gotta let you go. I'll see you later. Have a good day, guys. Bye.